What's up, guys? It is Ray and Ha-yoon. We are the Unscripted Real Artists, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a plethora of things. So, first and foremost, we have to get into all of the shows that we have been watching lately, me and Ha-yoon, during the winter break. On Amazon, they do have two, what are they, K-dramas? Two K-dramas. We'll list them, because right now my brain is whoosh, right now. But what is one of them called?
Well,
Ha-yoon?
so far we've only really watched one, but the first one is called My Man is Cupid. That's the one that we started watching.
Other? No, we were watching another one. Remember, that one only had 2 episodes. Remember? We're watching 2. Is that the same show?
Oh, that's right.
Exactly.
Marry my
that's
husband.
what I'm saying.
Marry my husband. Right.
So we're watching Marry My Husband, and what's the other one called?
My Man is Cupid.
My Man is Cupid. So we first started watching Marry My Husband because Ha-yoon told me that it's a webtoon, and she's like, oh, I want to see if it's as accurate as the actual story. So I was like, wait for me.
Start to finish.
And I was like, wait for me. I want to watch it. Whatever. So we started watching it, what was it, 2 days ago? Or something like that?
Yeah. Something like that.
So we started watching it, and I was just like hooked. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Because if you do follow the story, we don't want to spoil it, but if you do follow the story, you know what occurs and such.
Right.
But it's... Go ahead.
I was just going to say what the gist of it is based off of what they have as, like, the synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
Because lately, in the webtoon sphere, there's been a lot of, like... There's 2 different forms of webtoons that have been really popular lately, that have been, like, the thing, the trend. Isekai type webtoons. So webtoons where basically person dies in the real world, ends up in a fictional world thing when they wake up.
Right.
Then you also have like the time travel ones where they die, but then they go back in time kind of thing. Marry My Husband basically is basically one of those. It's she dies, comes back to life in the past.
Right.
So essentially, the whole gist of it, she dies, she goes back in time, and it's all about her basically making different decisions than she did in her previous life. And trying to get revenge on her husband, who's a piece of trash, by the way. What is it with all these niggas
garbage,
and being pieces of trash? Just straight up hot garbage. A dumpster fire, if you will. He is a dumpster fire. Then you have the mom, the mother-in-law. There's always a trash mother-in-law in these K-dramas, right?
Oh my gosh, I hate every bit of that.
And of course, you have all the miscellaneous cast of characters. I've read the entire webtoon from start to finish while it was still being translated into English on the webtoon app. And the story is so good. So I want to see. I was really excited when they announced that it was going to be a drama, because I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the drama, because like they've also adapted a different webtoon named See You in My 19th Life, and they changed a few things here and there from the webtoon, which was nice. It was interesting. I still haven't finished watching that one, but I'm going to. But I want to see how they will kind of tweak the plot a little bit here and there, what they're going to add, what they're going to take away, because there's a lot to cover. I think it's like
Right.
I think it's like 100 episodes, maybe, like chapters. Because on Webtoon, they're basically like episodes, but really it's just like chapters. It's almost like clips of like an ongoing film or movie.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Yeah.
just broken up into essentially episodes. But you could pretty much with a Webtoon, you can pretty much like compress several of those episodes into one like actual episode of like a TV show or something. So I just want to see how they're gonna do it. And so far, they're doing a really, really good job adapting it. And our actors are really, really good too. Our girl playing the female lead, Gi-kwang, I've seen her. She's being played by Park Min-jeung. She's a really good actress. I saw her in some other things as well. The casting. Let's get into the casting though, cause the casting.
Right.
The casting is on point. Okay.
It is.
Like.
So I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna interject because I haven't read the webtoon, right? So I'm just watching it from. Basically, I'm just watching the show, but I can already tell who the annoying character is and how that all is gonna pan out and whatever. But it's really interesting to watch the whole entire 2 episodes that we have watched so far unfold, and it is complete and utter chaos, turmoil. It's something that you would really, really, really want to be tuned in for. And like, we're gonna get into the characters and talk about the characters, but if this is how the characters are in the story, I can only imagine how the characters are, like how they fully embody the characters like in the show, like they did to this magnitude. So I already know the story is good. I'm probably gonna start reading. It's influencing me to download the Webtoon app. No, this video is not sponsored by Webtoon.
But however, Webtoon, if you want to sponsor, you can. We okay with that?
Exactly. We do love us some Webtoon, because at one point I had Webtoon on my phone, whatever. However, I'm gonna get back into it because these specific shows that we're watching, yes. But anyway, I'm cutting myself off so we can get into the characters. Female lead,
Gi-kwang.
Love her down. Love her down.
Love her down. Oh, girl, the shade. And it's so interesting because the character that she's has antagonistic feelings towards. She's trying so hard to not let her true feelings show. Mind you, by the way, pause, because our girl Park Min-jeung lost weight, like a ton of weight
for that role,
because in the present day her character has an illness, a terminal illness, and she apparently from what I've heard had lost weight for that portion of the drama. And I'm like, that's dedication. I don't know if I could do that,
because she does look like super small. And it was concerning.
Yeah, it had my heart breaking too.
I'm the trend. You want to know what's crazy? Is like the trend of actors losing weight is either a hit or miss depending on what it is that they're doing. Because you saw how 50 Cent lost weight for that movie and it didn't do well, and it's kind of like, dang, you know what I'm saying?
There's no guarantee if it'll be a success, and then it's like kind of like, dang, I lost weight for this role and it flopped.
And it didn't do anything. Right. Right. But she's doing a really good job. She's doing
a
a really good job. Because she didn't really have to convince me.
She didn't.
Of nothing.
Oh, ooh. Then
I will say, like, the opening of, what was it? Part of episode 1. I'm not gonna give away. I'm not gonna give away anything. But I think it was either part of 1 or part of 2. I don't know, guys. We've been watching these episodes. And, yeah, hold on. My mom just sent me an audio file. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Ha-yoon is going to talk to you guys. You're going to get a full view of Ha-yoon talking to you guys, because I know that you guys will be interested since you guys think I'm boring. However, it's over to you, Ha-yoon, while I go and get this Amazon package.
All right. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. So, we have pretty much like our 4 main players. So, you have Ji-won, who's our female lead. Sumin, who's our supporting female lead, I guess you could say. You have Min-hwan. These are the character names, by the way. Min-hwan, who is Ji-won's boyfriend. And Gi-hyuk, who is Ji-won, Sumin, and Min-hwan's, like, supervisor-ish? He's their supervisor, if that makes sense. It's a whole lot. But the casting is on point. So we have, for Sumin, we have Song Ha-yoon. I'm probably butchering it. I'm making an effort, okay? Again, A1, because this character is supposed to be kind of like that one character that is flirty, but also sweet looking, you know, but don't let the sweet looking exterior deceive you, okay? She's giving that, and she is nailing that role. Nailing it, okay? Then we have Min-hwan being played by Yi-kyung. Actually, I think it's Yi-kyung. Anyway, Yi-kyung. Again, making an effort. Again, he's making it very easy to not like him. He's making it so easy to not like him as a character. Because, I'm going to be honest, his character is trash. Min-hwan is, put him in a dumpster. Dumpster. Okay? And then finally we have our other male lead, who is Gi-hyuk, played by Na In-woo. I'm probably butchering that. I'm making an effort. Okay? In-woo? Anyway. Again, this character, Gi-hyuk, is very stern, very kind of like stoic character. And perfect casting. Because he has that kind of like, I want to say, not deadpan, but just very serious looking face, you know, and he's giving off that I'm kind of intimidating to talk to kind of thing. That basically kind of like that strong silent type. That's pretty much who the character of Gi-hyuk is. And so our boy is pulling it off wonderfully. Wonderfully. And the glasses, okay. Not everybody can rock the glasses, with and without the glasses, but the glasses are working, okay? The glasses are working. What he's giving is very much Clark Kent. Is giving Clark Kent, and I'm here for it.
I came back right on time because she starts talking about the Asian Clark Kent, and
he has the sauce. Okay, he has the sauce.
Like his overall demeanor, like he is what I would call the dangerous gentleman.
Oh yes.
Where he's silent, He means business.
Dangerous in more ways than one.
But that's what I mean.
Because he's silent, so it's kind of like, don't want to cross him because he's quiet, and you don't mess with the quiet ones because you don't know what they're capable of, right?
You don't want them
But
problems.
also because he's very handsome, okay, and he's also quiet, but he's also has this charismatic thing about him that's not like overt, you know what I mean? Where he's like trying to be charismatic. He's just effortlessly charismatic. And that's also dangerous because
right.
It's also dangerous because, again, if you know the plot of the webtoon, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Okay?
Right.
Just
right.
And he's classy too.
To be honest, like he is like my favorite character because it's literally like he's going above and beyond in so many ways. If you watch the show, if you read the manga, the webtoon, you guys know what we're talking about. But he goes above and beyond to make sure people don't be playing around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he does very much lean into that. I'm a stern boss. Business is business.
Yep. Yeah.
And you don't mix the two. Like, even in the webtoon, if you read the webtoon, you would know that he's very much like that. He's very straight-laced in that regard. But I can't wait for episode 3 and so on. I can't wait for the rest of the series to come out because, my gosh. It's going to be...
Me too.
Amazing.
And it just feels like each episode, like the story builds so much to the point where you're just like, okay, when is the next episode? Cause I need to get, it's literally like a drug watching these K-dramas. I told Hyujin, I was like, I don't know why, but these doggone K-dramas are so much better than the American dramas. It's like no shade to the American dramas, but these are the stories that we need to follow the lead of the K-dramas because they tell, it may very well feel like a telenovela or a soap opera formula, but we need to follow that because it's well written down to the T.
Right. And I mean, granted, in this particular case, because they have the webtoon as a basis, which has a lot more... Because I think because of the webtoons, because there's a lot more nuance and a more overarching storyline, because with a webtoon, it's kind of like a comic, right? Like a manga series. You have to be working towards a particular goal, and then you don't have to, but a lot of the times what ends up coming up when you're writing these comics or these webtoons is all these little subtle details here and there that are thrown in, and then they all tie in at the end, you know? And I think that's just a hallmark of just K-dramas in general, and not just the K-dramas that are based off of webtoons, is like you have all these different plot threads that are leading somewhere, and we end up seeing the results of all those things, which in a lot of cases and that's not to say that American dramas don't have that, but I feel like a lot of the times you end up with more questions than answers, and that's not necessarily what you want, especially when you know that you may not be getting another season. Granted,
but I would be devastated if it was only one season of this show.
Right. But that's the thing. A lot of K-dramas have only one season, so they only have that one season to tell you the story, get through all the plot lines, tie everything up at the end.
And then that's
it.
And
then that's it. So I think maybe that's why there's more. And then, of course, it's a lot more. I don't want to say it's more character driven because just in general, these kinds of things are like film and television is character driven, but I feel like there's probably I feel like there's more of a focus on the characters themselves rather than the overarching plot.
Yeah.
Whereas in American media, I feel like it's more so we're trying to achieve this plot and the characters are just following along with the script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of what their stories of what their stories are rather than the characters leading the plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that probably sounds completely like just
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But I think that's particularly what it is. And there's a lot of a focus on the emotional impact on the viewer as well. Because you watch, like, we were watching it. Ray could tell you, we were watching the episodes and I was in tears. Because I'm like,
man,
dang. Because it's written and done and acted in such a way that it gets you right in the feels from the jump. It's like watching a Pixar film. It's like watching Up for the first time. Y'all, if you've seen Up.
That's a great,
within the first, like.
Yes. That's a great way to
seconds or so of the film.
That.
I don't know how long. When they first introduced Ellie and Carl and their whole lives together and all that stuff, and Ellie passes away and all those things, how it impacts you within those first couple of minutes. That's what this does, and I think that's what a lot of K-dramas tend to do. They tend to make you attach to the characters very quickly and form an emotional attachment to the characters, which is what you want from a show. It's what you want from any sort of visual medium, right? You want to be able to get attached to the characters and want to follow their stories. So yeah.
But if y'all haven't, man, again, watch the show, man. It's available on Amazon Prime. From what I know,
Amazon
it's
Prime,
available
which is sad because I was like, ooh.
Because I wish that would have been available. Because, you know, a majority of people have, like, Hulu, Netflix.
Exactly.
Whatever. But I'm pretty sure they just struck a deal with
Amazon,
Amazon.
Amazon is doing a lot of those.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but I think Crunchyroll tends to focus more on, like, the Japanese dramas. If you find any dramas on there, it's usually Japanese ones. But, I can't be mad at it because I feel like a lot of these, K-dramas, like, webtoon adaptations, are being picked up by Amazon. Which, I have no problem with that.
I ain't mad at it.
Like, I ain't mad at it. Get your money, right?
Hello? I hope you're getting paid, as they say, handsomely. Because, man, some of y'all, those stories that y'all be writing on either between Wattpad, Webtoon, all of the love.
Or even, like, some of the web novel stuff. Because I haven't gotten into the Korean, like, web novel sitch. But you also have to consider that a lot of these webtoons, not a lot, well, not all, but there's some webtoons that have been adapted from web novels. So they were web novels turned into webtoons that are now being turned into adaptations, live action adaptations, or even animes, because we've seen that with, like, Lookism, which was originally a webtoon that got adapted into an anime.
That was fire.
So, a lot of people were not pleased with it, though, because they felt like it was a huge departure from the webtoon. But the thing is like, the first couple episodes of the webtoon, it's pretty accurate to the first part of the webtoon.
Yeah, because I was reading it and I watched the show.
So I don't see why people were so upset. It's pretty accurate to the actual webtoon. for those opening couple of episodes or whatever, or chapters.
Yeah. It was pretty dark.
Granted, the show does, I mean, the comic, the webtoon does change up the storyline following that first arc.
Yeah.
But, you can't just, like, skip over that whole beginning part of the webtoon to get into that other storyline. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah. It gotta happen. Yeah.
I heard that they're supposed to be doing an adaptation of a webtoon called in the transliteration for it is Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, but on webtoon it's called Omniscient Reader. I heard that they're doing a live action adaptation of that, and I'm just like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see how that turns out. There's been no date announced for it though, but I was on a Reddit thread talking about it. I'm like, the casting though, I don't know about one of the casting, one of the characters that was cast, the actor that was cast for a particular character. I'm kind of not because the actor can't act or anything. It's just knowing what the character's supposed to be, who the character is, and all that. I'm like, but it's whatever.
Right. But we're gonna see, man. But if you guys want us to react or watch a K-drama or read a webtoon, make sure you guys comment it down in the comment section below. Be sure to give us a like, comment, subscribe, follow your girls on all our socials, and we will see you guys in another video.